The Bay Area housing market has been brutal for home sellers here over the last couple of months and a bit unpredictable as well. But what if I told you that there is a data tool, a tool that you could have access to right now that would give you the right pricing strategy to optimize the visibility of your home and ultimately help you get the highest possible price, even in this unforgiving market? Well, that's coming up on this Silicon Valley Snapshot. For many weeks now, the Silicon Valley Snapshot has focused on buyers, coaching buyers through this brutal market, but we've been neglecting the sellers. And so as a gift to you, my audience, I decided to open up our war chest, our arsenal of tools that we have available for our clients. Well, I'm going to give you access to those same tools that's going to help you maximize your visibility and ultimately help you get the highest possible price for your home. But before we get into that data and before we get into all of those numbers and the cool nifty tools and everything that we have, if you're a home buyer in today's marketplace and you're looking for a comprehensive data set to help you in your home buying decision making, you can text the word data plus the zip code or the area, the neighborhood that you're looking in, and we'll get that information sent straight to your inbox. And if you're a home seller in today's marketplace and you're looking for a comprehensive data report to assist you in your home selling journey, you can text the word data plus your property address to the number down below, and we will get that information sent straight to your inbox. In a market like this, there's only two reasons that a home will not sell. Number one is marketing. Now, if you're working with us, that's never going to be an issue. Our listings are typically at the top of all of the major websites because we put a lot of time and invest a lot of energy and money into making sure that the homes that we list are marketed appropriately. But marketing isn't the only reason a home won't sell. The other reason is price. Pricing a property is one of the biggest decisions that you can make that's going to ultimately influence whether or not your home sells in a few weeks or if it takes a few months or even longer than a few months. Pricing your property appropriately at the beginning of your journey is going to be the difference between you maximizing your sales price and landing somewhere in the mid to low range of the wide range that your home could sell in. Because we all know that there is a wide range that any home could sell in. As an agent, my job is to get you at the very highest end of that price range. How do we do that? Well, number one, we market the crap out of it. But number two, we want to make sure that we are smart with the way that we are pricing our property. If you've been watching the channel for a long time, you'll know I'm the data guy. I'm the numbers guy. I live and I love data. So how can we use data to effectively assign a price to your property? Well, that's where RealScout comes in. I honestly can't believe I'm making a video about this right now because this is really something that I've only shared with my top VIP seller clients, but I'm sharing it for the world to see because I believe in it so much and I believe that sellers need this tool now more than ever. Before you could just assign any price to it and it would sell eventually, but now pricing your property is so imperative, it's so important that I couldn't hold on to this any longer. It was selfish of me to just keep this for myself. So you're welcome. All right, so what is RealScout? RealScout is actually a tool that a lot of agents in the Bay Area use to help their buyers search for properties. RealScout has been around for a while, and the CEO, Andrew Flackner, who I know personally, was brilliant, absolutely brilliant at the beginning of his journey here. It was almost a decade ago now. He went to all the brokerages around the Bay Area. He was located in San Francisco. So he went door to door to every single manager at every single brokerage and sold them RealScout. And so the buy-in here in the Bay Area is incredibly high because almost every single brokerage in the Bay Area has access to RealScout. Their agents use RealScout. So if you're a buyer looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath property in Mountain View, well, if you're working with me, I would input you into your needs and everything into RealScout, and then you would be a buyer, boom, in the portal. Things like bedrooms, bathrooms, location, price are all input into the system, and that it becomes a profile in the system. So anytime a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home in Mountain View under 2.5 million, say, if we set your price range at 2.5 million, anytime something that comes up, you, the buyer, would get sent an email letting you know that this property is now on the market. Okay, but Danny, how does that impact me as a seller? Well, there's another really cool feature that RealScout has. And that, my friends, is the test the market feature. As a listing agent, I can go back into the system and see exactly how many buyers are interested in your property today. And even more importantly, we can start to see how many buyers are interested at different price points. In other words, we can see what raising the price and lowering the price does to the visibility of your home across every single major platform. Zillow, Redfin, Trulia, all the websites. Why do I say that with confidence? Because RealScout is a preview of the greater marketplace. So while maybe only 20 to 30% of agents use RealScout here in the Bay Area, it is representative. It is enough data to be representative of the greater appeal of your home based on certain price points. The science of all of this really becomes, how do we maximize the visibility of this home while still honoring the home, honoring the marketplace, and making sure that we're not disinviting any potential buyers after putting forth this huge effort of going on the market and all of the marketing that is being done to generate and draw interest. In other words, how do we maximize visibility without sacrificing price, without sacrificing leverage or negotiating power with buyers? So what I'm going to do right now is actually take you through RealScout right now. This is a live demo. You guys are going to see this like live in the flesh. You're going to see how this works. And so what I went ahead and did is I put a sample home in here. I'm going to blur out the address because I don't want the owners getting mad at me. But this is what I want us to see. So this property on Zillow is worth 1.375. So now on RealScout, what we're able to see here is the property, how many bedrooms and bathrooms, and just a target price. It just kind of like landed in the middle to see. So I could see at 1.5 million, we have 758 potential buyers. But if we come down to 1.349, we actually gain 17% more buyers. That is not insignificant. And then if we go down another 150 grand, we're actually at 41% increase in visibility. Now, I did do some research on this property beforehand, and the comparables do seem to show somewhere between 1.3 and 1.4. So the Zillow estimate is a little bit more accurate. But where do we price the property? If it's worth 1.375, let's say, then where do we price it? Do we price it at 1.375? Do we price it a little bit over? Do we price it a little bit under? Well, that all depends on how much visibility we want on the home. So Zillow is saying that it's worth 1.375. The comps show it to be somewhere between the comparables, the recent sales in the community, somewhere between 1.3 and 1.4. So where do we price this home? Because at 1.374999, we have 861 buyers. But if we came down to say right under 1.3, we gain 12% visibility. But that being said, we actually only lose 6% or so if we go up to 1.4. So do we overshoot a little bit or do we undershoot a little bit? This is where the art and the science kind of come into play. And so every time I sit down with the seller, we go through this and typically we find that if a drop allows us to gain 10% or more visibility, it's usually worth it. If it's less than 10%, it's usually not worth it. And by drop, I mean somewhere between $50,000 to $100,000. If each $50,000 to $100,000 gets us at least 10 to 15% increase in visibility, it is worth it, especially in this market where the more eyeballs we get, the more people that we get through the door, the higher the chances are of the home getting into a multiple offer situation, because that is still happening right now if homes are marketed and priced appropriately. Now, there are exceptions to every rule. There are times where the 10 to 15% rule doesn't necessarily apply. We decide to keep it higher as opposed to lower due to different circumstances, i.e. more competition in the neighborhood, meaning that there's more homes for sale. So we need to kind of stand our ground. That's a possibility. In different price points as well, such as the higher end, these sorts of strategies, this sort of thing does not apply as much, although it certainly is applicable in many circumstances. This type of data is invaluable to see what pricing does to the visibility of your home. Having this type of intel up front before you list the house could mean the difference between your home selling in a week and literally 6 months. I am not exaggerating. If you're interested in receiving a report just like this one, go ahead and text the word RealScout report plus your property address. That's RealScout report plus your property address to the number down below, and we will get a report sent straight to your inbox with all of this information. I'll even hop on a phone call with you to dissect this with you and really help you understand what pricing is going to do to the visibility of your particular property. Sellers, bottom line is, if you use a report like this is much more valuable than comparable sales. This gives you real-time insight as to the number of buyers that buyer looking for a home like yours today. Comparables are for homes 30 days ago, that sold 30 days ago. And the difference between 30 days and now is huge, especially in a market like this. So don't fall victim to comparable market analysis and think that that is the end all be all. Also use real life data like this to help you make the most educated decision possible. This is Danny Gould, everyone. I am selling Silicon Valley, and I will catch all of you in the next video.